Yesterday, Meta launched a new app called Threads, and people are already calling it the Twitter killer. And in one day, it already has over 5 million users. In this video, I'm gonna go over everything that you need to know about Threads from the perspective of a paid media advertiser who spent millions across different paid social platforms. To say the least, I'm really excited about this app, as are a lot of people in the DTC community. Like I said, within the first 4 hours of its launch, Threads had already gained over 5 million new users. This is of course because Meta made it very easy to instantly create a Threads account as an extension of your Instagram profile. Yesterday, Threads went live in over 100 countries and in 31 different languages. Threads is very reminiscent of Twitter in almost every way, but I believe it will evolve in the near future, so I'm really interested to see what it becomes. Threads has a 500 character limit, which I believe is a little bit more than what you get on Twitter for a standard profile. And because it's linked to your Instagram account, you can automatically follow everyone that you follow on Instagram, really grow your profile quickly. Zuckerberg says that he envisions Threads as a friendly public space for conversation, and he hopes to take what Instagram does the best and create a new experience around that, being text, ideas, and discussing what's on your mind in general. So essentially Twitter. Amongst the hype of Threads, there are already interesting conversations happening about data privacy concerns and data regulation. Threads will collect a wide range of personal information, similarly to Facebook and Instagram, and this is why the app is not going to be launching in the European Union, since they're having really strict data regulation laws. Threads will collect 14 specific types of data that may be directly linked to your identity. This includes location, browser history, financial information, purchase history, your health data, personal contact data, as well as sensitive information. So, what does this mean for advertisers? I think this is a great time to talk about the potential advertising placements that this is going to create in the future. After all, it's not a question of if ads will come to Threads, it's only a question of when. I'm imagining after a certain amount of users join the platform, that's when they'll roll out advertising placements. And this is a huge opportunity for Meta to expand its advertising. This is going to be huge for e-commerce brands and brands of all types across many different verticals to expand into a new audience and leverage Meta's algorithm in a totally new way. I foresee static images being really big on this platform, kind of a resurgence of what Instagram originally was. And naturally, the ad placements are probably going to be very reminiscent of what Twitter ads are. These include the standard boosted tweets or boosted threads, so carousels, dynamic product ads, and also dynamic product ads in collection or Insta experience placements. Those I've seen really blowing up a lot on Twitter since they rolled out dynamic product ads recently. In fact, DPAs have only been on Twitter since November of 2022. I can also see there being a boosted profile opportunity here, and potentially more. I'm interested to see what video ad placements are going to look like. I can't wait to see how Meta integrates this both into Advantage Plus automatic placements and how it's going to be built alongside your different creative types. Similarly, now how you need to export videos or crop them in both 4x5 and 9x16 ad placements, we're likely going to have a different crop for different placements on Threads, I bet. And it makes sense that people are calling Threads the Twitter killer, as brands are undoubtedly going to remove some ad spend from Twitter to test out Threads. And I have a feeling that Threads is going to be a pretty strong option against Twitter just because it has a much more intelligent algorithm using Meta's decades of user data. And I've tried Twitter ads before and they don't really work that well. Once Threads ads are inevitably rolled out, it's going to be really interesting to see the differential in CPMs between Twitter and Threads, and if that's going to cause any sort of dissonance between whether or not brands are going to jump from one ship to the other. And if anybody watching is familiar with Twitter ads, it's important to note that there are a lot of similarities between Twitter and Facebook ads, but also some key differences. One of those key differences is follower-based lookalike audiences. It essentially lets you target audiences that are similar to a bunch of followers that follow a specific page. And this is a great option if you're trying to target someone in a very particular niche. For example, if you're running a newsletter to an audience that loves the fitness and wellness industry, you may want to target people who love pages like Peloton or other health-related businesses. So I'm interested to see if Meta is going to get on board with follower-based lookalike audiences. And if they do, I wonder if that'll ever come to Facebook and Instagram as well. And I think recently Facebook actually lets you retarget your followers, but I can't remember if you can make lookalike audiences from them. Now, I highly suggest if you're an advertiser or a brand owner, you need to go make a profile for your business right now on Threads. Start posting organically on all your different social profiles and try to drive traffic to your Threads profile, and use this moment to take advantage of the very aggressive growth that's happening of the platform. Use this opportunity to farm as many followers as you can from your various social media profiles. This will be important so versa, you gain a strong Threads presence when ads roll out. This is because right now it's a frenzy and people are following others aggressively, simply due to excitement because this is a big new opportunity. This is a really strong move by Meta because it's not great timing for Twitter at all. Twitter was just in the press for the recent limitations on the number of tweets that people can view per day, and that's just another reason why people are going to want to take on Threads. And in general, there's been a lot of divisiveness around Twitter as a platform as Elon Musk took over last year. And lots of big brands are already on Threads. I noticed Netflix, Bravo, MLB, Gary Vaynerchuk's on there. I also saw Star Wars, which is pretty cool. I'm really interested to see how this changes people's perception of Meta alongside all of this happening. Now, I want to give my own opinion from an advertiser's perspective. Honestly, me personally, I'm very excited about this. I've already noticed the mass media saying things such as, and I quote, lukewarm response from advertisers due to Meta's history of data collection practices. I actually fully disagree with this statement because from engaging with a lot of actual advertisers, brands, and people running campaigns in the industry on Twitter and on Threads now, people seem really stoked about this opportunity. And I also have been noticing a relatively positive sentiment from users on the platform. Now, of course, there will be exceptions, but I honestly believe that most of the people who are on social media and using it on a day-to-day basis, or people like myself who are actually advertisers running paid media, they understand data privacy and the data usage of these platforms. After all, that's why these platforms are free and widely used. Before I wrap up the video, I also want to highlight that Threads is going to have a lot stronger content moderation, at least it claims, than Twitter, and also have more copyright protection that could be more beneficial for marketers. And one more really unique feature of Threads is that it's compatible with ActivityPub, which is the open social networking protocol. Threads will have something called, and I might butcher this word, called interoperability. Threads is going to be able to interact with other apps that support ActivityPub protocol, such as Mastodon and WordPress. And to my understanding, interoperability allows for new types of connections that aren't possible in most social media apps today. This results in users having more control over their audiences on Threads, meaning that users are going to have the opportunity to transfer all of their content over to other services that use ActivityPub protocol, even if you want to stop using Threads altogether. And if users have a private profile, they can approve users on Threads who want to follow them and interact with their content, similarly to the experience on Instagram. I don't know if that part's super unique, but they're making it sound like it is. This will also lead to more innovation and customization of social networking. The open social networking protocols through ActivityPub are going to let developers create new features and user experiences that can easily plug into different open social networks. And they claim this will accelerate the pace of innovation and experimentation, which is pretty cool. Each compatible app with ActivityPub is going to set its own community standards and content moderation policies. It'll give people a lot more freedom to choose the spaces that align with their values. Meta supposedly believes in a decentralized approach and decentralization as a whole, similarly to the protocols governing email and the web itself. And that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you enjoyed and learned something about Threads. I'm super excited to see how this changes the future of social media and advertising in general, especially on the advertising side for me. Super excited to see what these ad placements look like. Thanks so much for watching. If you liked it, leave a like and consider following for more content every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.